darn it. I keep missing it. This is so not good. Hello everyone, Justin here. Hope you're doing well. First off, if you're one of those people that likes to skip through videos to find the parts you want to watch, I've put some timestamps, some chapters in the description for you, so you can go ahead and do that. But moving on, today I'm going to be talking about the sim rig upgrades I've made since my last video, as well as trying some PC sim racing for the first time. I'm going to be playing some Assetto Corsa Competizione, or ACC, so really excited for that leap in graphical performance as well as realism. So before going into that, let's talk a little bit about the improvements I've made. The biggest upgrade, not so much a part of the sim racing equipment itself, but something that's gonna let me run the software and play the games I wanna play. I got a gaming PC. So this is a pre-built by NZXT, and yeah, it's no slouch. There's some really nice specs, some nice hardware in this thing, and that's for good reason, right? Realistic sim racing games like ACC, iRacing, all those, in order to run them reliably on higher graphics settings, you do need a pretty good PC with a pretty good GPU. So while this isn't the highest of the highest end, it's definitely gonna meet my needs both in and out of sim racing, and I'm really pleased with it. Really pleased with NZXT. It worked great out of the box and arrived like 3 days after I ordered it, so that was great. Secondly, I purchased a wall mount for my TV. So with this wall mount, I'm now able to extend my monitor out and keep it right behind my wheelbase. A lot of you guys in the comments were telling me that I needed to bring this closer. This is going to enable me to have much better field of view. I can input my screen dimensions as well as the screen distance to my eyes into a field of view calculator, and that's going to tell me the exact settings I should put into ACC for the most accurate and realistic FOV possible. So really happy with the rig for now. It's nice that I can wheel this out here, pull this out here, and play, and then move it all back when I'm done. It's nice when you don't really have a room to keep this stuff in. So lastly, but definitely not least, my final upgrade, I went out and obtained the Screaming Creature mod for my sim rig. This is a 1-of-1 mod. I ended up meeting a big, wizardly, almost like goblin-y guy, and paid him quite a lot of cash actually, and he installed some type of hardware or something into this creature, and I was promised many good fortunes by him. Improvements as far as improvements in my racing, making videos, my entire being really, I was told was going to be elevated to a level of perfection not yet seen in the history of humanity. So I'm really excited for that to happen, but for now, let's hop in, let's go for some driving, and yeah, try not to crash in ACC. Go easy on me, I'm a beginner, and as always, would really appreciate your comments and just general tips and advice below on how to be a better sim racer. So yeah, let's do this, let's drive. Firstly, I am gonna go ahead and install my Screaming Creature mod. I'm not exactly sure how the installation works, but I think it's pretty much just popping it on. Okay, so definitely gonna put a big cancellation on the Screaming Creature mod. I don't really remember the last 30 seconds or so of my life. I remember seeing the color red, and I have a very bad headache. So gonna put an X and stop and cancel Screaming Creature, and let's just get into the racing, and yeah, let's just race. All right, so into ACC. How are we gonna fare with this physics engine coming from GT Sport? Well, at first, as you can see, not so well. I felt like I was finding the rhythm with the car, but cornering is just so much less forgiving in this game. My first handful of tries, it took only that one misjudged entry to spin and ruin my races. Nonetheless, I was able to pull something together here after those first few tries as I struggle with the clutch to get the car rolling there. Driving the McLaren 720S GT3 car at the Nürburgring GP track today for a quick 5-minute sprint race. Let's see what kind of results I can pull off here, as well as just give you all my general thoughts on the game and my experience with switching over to a more realistic sim. Looking for the green light, there it is. The grid coming to life as I nervously wait for that elusive breaking point of the cars in front. Sliding in between an Audi and Lamborghini here, almost 3 wide. and the pack slows. How's it gonna pan out? Not too bad, the grid keeping things clean, trying to hold my line and leave the space. Then leaping in the apex of turn 3, picking up 2 positions. Good start so far, already up into P10. I've got the AI in this race at 90 skill, 90 aggression, which is a pretty nice challenge for me. The AI are quite good in this game. They make for some close, fair racing, and they're honestly great for a beginner like myself to train for things like holding lines, overtaking, etc. Of course, you know, they're not as good as online racing, but they are leagues better than what I was getting in GT Sport. Into turn 7, looking for a move, lunging forward, tucking into the inside, taking P9, and already at this point I can just feel the increased immersion from the better FOV and ultimately just better setup. Honestly guys, PC is so clearly the way to go. The graphics in this game are stunning. With my 3070 Ti, I run 4K resolution, epic settings, and get just about 80-ish frames per second. Nice clean overtake into T10 there, but yeah, coming from a PS4, this is another league basically. The sounds too in this game are so good, so immersive. Really my favorite part of ACC so far is just how well this game relays the drama of racing a GT3 car. These cars are well-built, well-engineered machines, but they're still race cars, right? Comfort is not a priority. In real life, these cars, they're gonna vibrate, make noise. The track is gonna have rubber, bumps, stones, sand, all that stuff, and ACC just conveys that so well through its sound, as well as its force feedback, car behavior, everything really. It all just comes alive with an energy that is really enjoyable. And we see a masterclass move right here. Him and I were right alongside going into that corner. I'm sure you can agree, the perfectly executed overtake really. So into P7 with just 2 laps to go. Let's see how many more positions I can gain as the sun sets on the Nürburgring GP track. I've got the time at 48 multiples faster than normal here, so nightfall is upon us. And by the way, that's just one of the many ways in this game you can customize the environment. There's weather randomization, temperature control, all of this customization that is just really impressive and fun to play around with, not to mention all that you can adjust on the cars themselves. It's pretty amazing, but also kind of intimidating for a beginner. Anyways, heading into turn 7, looking for a move and sneaking once again up the inside and into P6. Up to the Schumacher S. Big run heading into turn 10. Going for the move, and I overcook things just a bit. Go wide, and unfortunately the Mercedes retaining that position, but not for long I hope, as we head down the main straight. Slow it down, fly through the chicane. Into the final turn, I sneak into that inside line, and it's a drag race down the main straight. Mercedes versus McLaren. Braking just late enough to secure P5. Now may be a good time to tell your partner, your children, your boss, tell everyone you know, scream it outside your window even, that Justin's days off is on the last lap in P5 on the final stretch of what has surely been a monumental race as we descend into darkness here. P4 in sight. Still hanging right on this Aston Martin's bumper. Let's focus up here, see if we can manage to take this position, get a P4 before the end of this. As the lights start to fully go out, my confidence waning here as the track temp rapidly decreases, as all of my familiar braking points start to get veiled in darkness as time passes here at about 1 minute a second. trying to keep it nice into the inside. I know I've had a lot of luck out of the S against AI in the previous laps. I know this is probably my best shot. Keep the power down, and it's a good run. Am I gonna get him here into 10? He closes the door, and no, I'm not. But yeah, overall, ACC, I think it's a great game and racing simulator. The physics engine in this game is amazing. The realism, as we saw in the beginning, it's unforgiving and a lot to handle at first, but I don't know, something about it just feels more intuitive. I think when you go for emulating realistic motorsport physics, you just naturally end up with, by design, rules and limits that are just more predictable. I've been having a ton of fun getting the hang of things, and when you manage to finally finish that lap for the first time or solidify that overtake or hit that apex right, the improvement is just really satisfying and a whole lot of fun. Anyways, our race coming to an end here. P4, not in the cards unfortunately. A top 5 finish nonetheless, not too shabby for my first full race, but yeah, lots of progress to be had, and as always, ready to keep learning and keep improving. So that's going to wrap it up for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, as a reminder, always push the limits of your own hobbies, learn, grow, be happy, all that stuff, because life's short and it's worth enjoying. And if you've seen a few of my videos by now, or if you're subscribed to my channel, just want to say I appreciate you, and I'm thankful I was able to make a few videos that you found entertaining. It feels pretty good. So, and I want to keep doing it. If you have ideas or sim racing goals you think I should set for myself, or videos you'd like to see, let me know in the comments, and I'll try my best to make it happen. But for now, I'll say have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care. If you laughed at that thing I just did with the toy frog, then I'm going to consider you my friend.